Welcome to my channel. I'm Chanel and I'll be showing you how I do my quick weave removal and install. So here you can see me removing my old quick weave install using conditioner. I got this method from Tiara J Beauty's channel. And I'm just focusing the conditioner on the perimeter of the cap around my leave out. Because I use two caps, I don't really have a problem with glue sticking to my hair other than around that leave out area. I also sewed my cap down to my hair for security, so you'll see me cutting that thread. And voila, the cap is off, and as you can see, none of my hair is torn out and sticking to that cap. As you can see, up under my cap, I don't do anything fancy. Here I just had two plaits. I'm going to remove these plaits, wash, blow dry, and prep my hair for another quick weave install. So I will be doing a middle part style. So you can see me preparing my leave out now for that middle part. And you'll also see me take out some of my edges as well. I'm going to leave that out because I do have some thinning around my edges towards those like corner parts of my forehead. As you can see there, it kind of looks like a balding spot, but I'm not going bald. This is not from quick weaves or anything. I'm just naturally thin right there. So I do want to leave out my edges to preserve my hairline. Here I'm just going to twist up my leave out, so that's that middle area and my edges. As I said before, I don't do anything fancy up under my caps. You're going to see me braid down 2 braids on the sides. And then I'm actually going to do 2 twists in the back. And like I said, nothing fancy. This is going to be up under the cap. The braids don't have to be super neat. I have those long nails, so I can't do super neat braids anyway. But I'm just doing something so that I can create a foundation to sew my cap onto. And I'm sewing my cap on just for some extra security, so that if grease or anything gets under the cap, or me sweating from workouts and the cap starts to lift, that I don't have to worry about my cap actually coming off or affecting my hairstyle, because it is secure down on my hair. It's securely sewed onto my hair. So listen guys, you're gonna find out quickly about me that I'm kind of a cheapo. I do not like to spend a lot of money on things. I believe that you can look beautiful on a budget. So as you saw, yes, those are not wig caps. Those are men's wave caps. And there is a story behind that. So I was doing a quick weave one night. It was kind of late. And so my beauty supply store was closed. And I had forgotten that I did not have any wig caps. So I went to Walmart looking for a wig cap, and I saw these wave caps, and I saw that 2 came in a pack just like your wig caps, and I also saw they were 98 cents. So I was like, wow, this is pretty much the same thing. And so I purchased all of the wave caps off of the rack, and I was so happy. So now I just use these 98-cent wave caps, and they're pretty much the same thing as a wig cap. So you see me looking at my cap, and pretty much what I'm doing is kind of distinguishing where my leave out is. I have seen some YouTubers take like a white pencil or something and mark where their leave out is, which is smart, but I do not have a white pencil or anything like that. So I just try to look at it the best I can and figure out where my leave out is so that I don't put any tracks over that area, so I don't get any glue on my leave out. And so right now I am sewing down the cap. So I'm sewing that onto that braid, those two braids that I put on the side of my head. And as I go around, you saw me tuck those two plaits under, so I'm going to sew onto those plaits as well. So I'm just going to sew all the way around the perimeter of the cap to make sure that the cap stays securely on my head, just in case it wants to pluck up or something later on in the style. I just want to make sure that my cap does not fall off. So here we go, beauty on a budget. I'm using this Outre Rouge hair. This is a baby pink colored hair, and you see it is $19.99. Yes, we are going to be beautiful on a budget, babies. So I'm just showing you the hair. It comes in 18-inch, 20-inch, and 22 inches. And it's the ocean body style of hair. So it has a little wave to it. And this is the glue I'm using. So I'm just showing you the little bundles, the 18-inch. It came with one of those. It came with two of the 20-inch bundles. And one 22-inch bundle. Then it also came with a closure, a 4-inch deep parted lace closure. And I actually will be using this. I know I said I'm doing leave out, but I'm gonna show you what I do with this as well. I will be using the closure, and it's gonna help me to just have a really seamless finish. So I'm going to start gluing my tracks on. Here I'm just measuring to see how much hair I'm going to cut off to start my first track. So I measured it on my head. I'm going to cut it. And then I'm going to proceed to put glue on the track. And you're going to see me put a dot at the top and a dot at the bottom. I'm not going to do this the whole time, but I do like to just put those little dots there at the corners, at the ends of the track, because when you go to lay the track, you want to just make sure that it sticks. And there's nothing more aggravating when you go to lay the track and the corners, the very corners, just start to pop up and you have to sit there and hold it forever. But also I am using my blow dryer to kind of make the glue tacky, to go ahead and start the drying process, so that I won't be holding the track onto my head forever, waiting for the glue to dry on the cap. first track is laid, and now I'm going to repeat the same process. Measure the track against my head, and I generally start, as you can see, like from ear to ear, or like right above my ear. So I'm going to measure, cut, glue, blow dry, and stick the track onto my cap. I'm unraveling my second bundle of hair, and I didn't show you me doing it the first time because, to be honest, I did not do it half as gracefully as I untangled this one. So I can admit that I did freak out a little bit when I unwound the first bundle because the hair was kind of like sticking together, and so I was freaking out like, oh my God, I got this cheap hair and this is gonna be looking like clown hair and it's tangled all up. But anyway, I quickly got it together. I figured it out, and so the next bundle I just slowed my roll and gently unraveled it, and it came in a lot better. So this is where the twist comes in. Yes, I am going to have leave out, but also, yes, I am going to use a closure. But what I'm going to do is, you see this little, they have the, I guess, brown cloth or something to resemble a scalp. I'm going to cut that off. So I'm cutting that little middle piece out. And then I'm going to cut those sides off because I have no need for that. I'm not sewing it down or anything, so I have no need for those sides of lace. So I'm going to cut that off. Okay, so that's all cut off. So I cut all of that excess lace that was down the middle and around the closure. I cut that off, and now, drum roll, I'm going to cut the middle of the closure down. And so basically what I'm doing here is that I'm going to let this kind of be like my last track per se, but because it's a lace closure, it's not really a track. And because I'm natural, I want to leave as less leave out as I can because my hair does puff up really quickly with any type of humidity, and I live here in Virginia and it's been rainy and it gets humid, so my hair does get puffy really fast when I'm wearing a straighter type style. So I don't like to leave a whole lot of leave out, so I want to kind of leave minimal leave out. And so when you leave minimal leave out, sometimes you can see through the hair that you left out and you can see the track. And so what I found is that if I use the closure, because it's flat and it looks like, because it's a closure, it's intended to look like hair growing out your scalp somewhat. So as you can see, I'm laying that down same way I would lay tracks down, but it's not a track. So when I take my leave out and I curl it, when I flat iron it and it becomes kind of thin, you're not going to be able to see like a track there like you possibly normally would have, because I really didn't, even though it may have looked like I left out normal amount of hair for a leave out, my hair is kind of thin in its straight state, so you can see through it. But by me cutting this closure and putting that down, it just kind of blends, like you don't see a track laid there up under my hair. So I'm just getting this all dry so that I can proceed to cut my cap. And I'm going to cut the cap to expose my leave out. And you can keep going all the way around your head. I just kind of stopped there. Nobody's going to see the back of my head. be really careful when you're cutting the cap in this leave out area, because it's on top of your head. You know, you don't want to snip your hair, your real hair, by mistake. So just be really careful and take little shortcuts, short snips, so that you won't make a mistake and cut your hair. Take your time, cut all of that cap off around that little leave out area. You want everything to lay as natural as possible so that there's no indication of tracks or cap or anything under there. You just want everything to just kind of be as seamless as possible. This hair is a little long for my liking, so I am going to trim some of that off and make it just a few inches shorter, so it is a little more easier to manage and just something more comfortable for me. I don't really wear super long hair, so I don't want anything pretty much, you know, past bra length. As you can see, I'm flat ironing and curling my leave out. And also, if you'll notice, my hair is very thin. Well, not very thin, but it's quite thin. You can see right through it. So if you could imagine if I just had a regular track there, then you could see a track right through my hair. And even if you look like towards the back, towards like the area that I'm doing now, like it almost looks like hair is growing out of my scalp, you know, behind that little leave out area. Like you can't really see a track. So I'm just going to continue to flat iron and curl this leave out and then comb it over the little closure area. Now I'm going to do my edges with this Style Factor Edge Booster. This is my very first time using this. I purchased it today at the beauty supply store. It was right up there at the counter. And I was like, goodness gracious, $4.99 for this small little container. But the lady was like, yeah, people buy it. So I went ahead and gave it a try. And it actually turned out really good. So I do want to add, I'm not editing this the same day that I recorded the video, but I wanted to let you guys know that that edge booster, it worked wonderfully. It worked so well that I did not need to put any more on the next day. So pretty much the next day I just kind of like, you know, I wore a satin bonnet to bed and I pulled it off, and my edges were still pretty much laid. Like maybe very few places were very few hairs were out of place, but everything looked good. It looked so well that I did not put any more edge control on that next day. So now I'm just trying to blend my leave out into the pink hair so it doesn't stick out as much. It will still eventually pop back out there. But I'm just trying to camouflage and make my leave out blend in a little better. So you'll see me just trying to twist my leave out in, and now I'm just cutting off, trimming a few of the edges, a few of the ends per se of my hair. Just little raggedy pieces, cutting those off. And I am done, and I'm satisfied. I like it. I've always wanted pink hair. Pink is my favorite color. And my husband encouraged me to just go ahead and go for it. And so I love it. I love my baby pink hair. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. This was my very first time doing a YouTube video. So please have mercy on me. I will get better as time goes on. But thank you so much for joining me. Please like and subscribe and give me some nice comments. Love you guys. God bless.